Just give me 1 minute, please, okay? 1 second, and I'll be with you, please. Beautiful self-lovers, it's really amazing to see you all again. I was trying to get some dates down for a retreat we are planning on the Girl Code. So thank you for being patient and just waiting for me, okay? It's really amazing to see you all again. You know, when we first started this beautiful space, right? I said we're going to be doing self-care, but then that self-care is on all levels: emotional, psychological, physical, relationship wise, you know, even career wise, environmental. You know, we're going to touch on all that because yes, it says self, but I think if we take care of those things, if we take that initiative to take care of those things, I think it's also a form of self-care. So welcome. It's really nice to see you all again. And as you can see, I'm keeping up the momentum. I'm filled with great ideas. So I think that taking that creative break did me a lot of good. You know, it made me, you know, put a lot of beautiful, wonderful things together for you all. So on this episode, this is episode 3 of Chic Self-Care and Self-Love Space. A very beautiful space to say. So we are on this episode of the self-care tip or ideas or suggestions. We're gonna be giving an insight into how to take care of our space, our environment, and how that affects our self-care. Take the space that you know you're in at the moment. Imagine your space, okay? Imagine your environment. Just get into this imagination for a minute. How do you want it to look like? How does your environment, you know, speak to you? How does it connect with you? Do you look forward to coming to your space or your environment? Do you look forward to connecting with it? Do you look forward to being inspired by your environment? This is where the self-care comes in. So how about we look at, let me pique your interest here. I think this is a very a phenomenal conversation about using our environment to really take care of ourselves. As we have the recycling, you know, projects and all that, because they want to take care of the planet, and it's so important. Our environment has a very big impact on our well-being. There are some people that like a lot of light. There are some people that do not like a lot of light because it kind of impacts their functioning or their, you know, their way of being. So if you're gonna create that perfect environment, what is it gonna include? Some people are very, how do I put this? I'm looking for the right word. Some people are very particular about what they put out there in the environment. My son, for instance, he does not like it when people litter because he feels like we're putting crap on the soil. And if the soil is supposed to be, you know, generating all these goodness for the trees, so he's very, very particular about the environment. Also, like I said, let's go back. imagine your space, right? What is the perfect space that you want? Here, let's first start with the space that you're in, your environment. Okay, sometimes we don't have a lot of control on outside our homes, because some of us might be living in an apartment, some of us might be living in a compound home, some of us might be living in, spaces that we share with others. So if we have to narrow it down, let's narrow it down to your homes, because everybody has a home they go to. And that is where the self-care is going to come in, because that is your intimate space. All right, so let's talk about that. Let's see what we can come up with as far as self-care is concerned, and as far as our personal spaces are concerned. For instance, in your living rooms or in your rooms, let's start with the colors, the paint color or the pattern. Some colors ignite so many things within us. Some people use bright colors to empower them, to inspire them, to get creative. Some people also use, muted, soft colors to also empower them, to give them ideas. Sometimes some colors puts us in in different moods. I'll take myself, for instance. Bright, big patterns overwhelms me. It overwhelms my senses. So I'm always tending to, muted colors, soft colors. To me, that's what calms me. It puts me in a sense of calm. When I see a lot of colors, bright, all that, I just get overwhelmed. So when you come to my space, you see a lot of soft, muted colors in my space, because they speak to me. And also, as far as wall hangings, the things that you put around your homes, it speaks a lot about you. It speaks to your emotions. It speaks to your minds and your ideas. It talks to you a lot. So look around your space, your home, and the things that are on the walls. How are those things bringing meaning to you? How are those things conveying some type of inspiration within you or so? So these are things that when you do, you're taking care of yourself by using your space. I only put things out on walls that I feel like they have very deep meaning to me. I don't put things on there because I saw it here and everybody else is doing it. That's the thing. Sometimes we see things as nice and we get inspired, and we also do that. But only if you're doing it for yourself, only if it brings you some type of happiness or some type of meaning. So look around your space and look at the things that are hanging up. Sometimes some homes have old things that are hanging up. And when you have things in your homes that are so old, unless these are like well treasured, souvenirs or so, that's fine. But if these are just wall hangings that have been up there for a long time, collecting cobwebs and dust, that kind of vibration or so doesn't even send good positive vibes or good renewal vibe, to encourage you to renew or to reinvent. Yeah, that's the word, to reinvent. So when we look around us, we have to say, okay, this got to go here and this comes here. This goes here and this comes here. So you're taking care of yourself, using your space by replacing old wall hangers with new ones. And when you do that, you can also start taking on new challenges in your lives as well too. It might not seem that huge, but subconsciously you are planting these solid good habits within you. Next time when it comes to changing something that has something to do with your life, it becomes very easy because you've practiced that using your space. Okay. And the other one is light. Light, I can't even, I think light, the benefits of light is like a never ending thing. It's priceless, basically. But light sends all the good feels. It sends all the good vibes. It just sends so many great things. Also, we can create light if we can't have the artificial one. We should try hard to use our windows or our screen doors to let in more light. So during the day, or during any time that you're home and there's safety there, let the light in, because when you let a light in, it impacts you mentally, it impacts you, psychologically, it impacts you in a way that, it kind of inspires you when there is light, and you get to see certain things, and you even get to see what really needs to be done in your space. The more you let the light in, the more you get to see, you get to really say, okay, this needs this need that. But in this episode of using light, use light as a way of self-care, where when the light comes in, you feel good, you feel great, you feel alive. All right, so use light to your advantage. If it's the sunlight, if it's the moonlight, use light to your advantage. It is healing, it is empowering, it is rejuvenating. Okay, all right. And the last one here that I'm going to talk about is declutter. I remember this is a topic we talked about in on the Girl Code, the amazing women of the Girl Code. My sister and I, we founded that, but we can talk about that some other time. Or if you want to know more about it, let me know in the description box. But that was a side note. Declutter to create space. Decluttering, I've come to realize, it's not just to create space or to move things here and there. Declutter really has a mental connection to it, because if you have a lot of things that are hoarded and piled up, mentally you can't even process things very well. You can't make space for other thoughts. And I feel like when things are hoarded and piled, it kind of suppresses your way of thinking. I feel like it leaves your mind stagnant. Start decluttering. Give some of the things that you don't use anymore. Gift it to somebody. Bless somebody with the things that you're not using. Of course, they don't have to be worn out and totally, totally unusable. But the ones that are slightly used, box it up, send and gift it to somebody. And the ones that have been there for years, worn out and torn or whatever, just discard them. Create that space, declutter. And the more you declutter, the more you have a calm mind to think, to process things, to create ideas, to manifest things and whatnot. So decluttering is another form of self-care. The more you declutter your space, I'm telling you, the more clear your mind is, the more stable your mind is to process other things and give ideas and all that. And it's not even just for the mind, emotionally as well too, because it kind of like takes care of you and your way of holding on to things. That's an attachment thing. We can talk about that some other time, but declutter your space is another form of self-care. All right. So these should be good enough for us to process and then see if we can use our space to our advantage. If we can use our space to take care of ourselves. Okay. So on another, see you in another episode of chic and self-care, self-love arena. So before I leave, let me do this. Let me give you guys this quick tip about fragrance. I've always promised to do this, but I tend to forget. So I have my notes here so I do not forget. I have something I would like to share with you guys as far as fragrance is concerned. Get you a very nice empty jar or bottle, okay? And get your favorite perfume, right? Your very favorite perfume. And what you can do is, I'm looking for the stirrer. I need a stirrer. If not, we're going to have to use my finger for that. Okay. Well, get you an empty jar. Clean it out very nicely. This is a jar, a facial cream jar of mine, and it ran out, so I just decided to use this one. Get a jar with a top on it very nicely, and then get a lotion that says fragrance free. I'm using Aveeno lotion because it has no fragrance whatsoever at all. So get that, right? And then just put it in that jar. Put it as much as you want. This is a personal preference, okay? I can fill this up depending on how much I want in there. And then, okay, I think we should have enough in there. That should be good. Oh, we should add a little bit. All right, just a little bit more. All right. Cool. All right. So once you get your lotion in here, get your favorite fragrance. And this is one of my very favorite fragrances. I think in my previous video I told you about it. I was even putting it on. These are samples that I got. This is a Labo Bergamot 22. So I'm gonna open it and then I'm gonna pour it in here. I can do it bit by bit so we can get the, because I had a spatula, so I'm just gonna use my finger. I lost one of my nails, so let's use this one. Just mix it up so well. Oh, it smells lovely already. Goodness gracious. You should be here. Like, seriously. You should be here with me. Oh, God. This is like, it smells so beautiful. Okay. Yep. So beautiful. And if you want more, you can add it. This is all personal preference. Okay. The only thing is make sure that the lotion you're using is fragrance free. You can use baby lotion because baby lotions have little or no additives at all. Like, baby lotion is the best bet. Or use the organic shea butter in Couture. Use that one as well too. That one is also very good. Oh, it smells so nice. So once you do this, right, and if you're feeling ambitious like I'm feeling right now, you can add another perfume to it. And this is one of my very favorite perfumes from Zara that I like to use. Oh, let me rub this here. Let me rub this here. This is so, oh God, it smells so nice. I'm gonna add a bit of this to it because it has this woody note that I like. Like, it has this nice warm woody note to it. So I'm just gonna add that to it, just a little bit, and then just mix it up. This is where you create your own signature scent. Oh God, this smells so wonderful. So wonderful. Like, seriously, you should be here. Seriously. Okay. So once you do this, okay, once you're good with this, let's put these things back. You cover it up very nicely. Make sure it has a nice tight lid to it. And you can label it whatever you want to label it. This one, I would say, let's say good stuff for the skin. Good stuff for my skin. or for my lovely skin, right? For my lovely skin. And then if you have any, it's like a tape or something, you just tape it around it and set it down. You can use this as an everyday thing, but with me, I'll use this occasionally. I'll get a tape and then I'll put it on there like this. And hey, you've created your own heaven in a nice little jar. So give it a shot and see, okay? Until I see you next time, remember, your self-care practices really are gonna save you. They are gonna take you places you can never imagine. They are gonna empower you to take on certain things that a lot of people couldn't do it, just because you mastered your self-care and your self-love practices, and you really are radical about it. Because trust me, that is the most powerful thing you can ever do for yourself, is taking care of yourself. So I'll see you again next time, okay? You're a very, very good one. It's gone cold. Cheers.